Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I'm doing an unboxing and review of a Bluetooth keyboard case for the 2013 edition of the Nexus 7, or rather the second generation of the Nexus 7. This is from Minisuit. If you want to see a link to this product page, I'll put a link in the video description. Just simply expand the description and find a link. You can, see if you want to purchase it or not. So I ordered another one. This is actually one of two I ordered from Minisuit. The other one was this. It's a keyboard stand. It also works as kind of like a cover. It's hard to explain, but if you want to see a link to this review, I'll put a link to it also in the video description. For now, let's start with the unboxing. See what we have in here. I was in need of a good case. This one comes as with a keyboard, which to me is just a bonus. Oopsie daisy, almost knocked out my tripod and camera. That's not good. Okay, box is empty. Leave it to the side. Okay, this looks to be USB charging. It must be for the keyboard in case you need to recharge it. Let's see what we have. Let me see. I would say it's about 2 feet long. It's okay. It's alright. Oh, it's a piece of cardboard from the box. Wow, this is very comfortable feeling, but let's get it out of its... Okay, let's see what we have here. This looks like a quick start guide type of thing. Foam, leave it to the side. I think that's everything, all the junk out of there. Okay, initial thoughts. The material is a type of leather. It feels very comfortable. It looks rather thick, but obviously it's because you're getting a keyboard inside. Now what's cool about the keyboard itself, it's Bluetooth, so it's wireless. You can just disconnect it. Actually, not even disconnect, it's magnets. You just take it off. There, it's off. I can't believe how light this thing is. Honestly, it feels like 2 or 3 pieces of cardboard paper, or like maybe 10 sheets of paper. That's how light it is. It doesn't feel too flimsy either. It feels pretty solid. The keyboard itself is plastic. It's alright. Oh, my Nexus 7 is responding. And it has 4 magnets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how it connects in the 4 corners here at the bottom. And that's it. Now it's on. As you can see, the magnet is pretty secure. As for the Nexus 7, let me show you guys how it fits inside. Just take this Velcro off. It would have been easier if I took the keyboard out first, but whatever. It's getting in there. There. Okay, so, and of course there's a stand at the back. I'll show you guys. Just tug on it up. That's it. You got a little stand going on. In terms of stability, this thing is very, very stable. Let me show you a better angle. Right, so notice that the stand itself, it's pretty secure. I'm putting weight on it, so if you have to touch the screen at any point, it's not going anywhere. Now, while the Nexus 7 is positioned inside, this looks very sleek. I know a 7-inch screen is a little small for a laptop replacement, but it's great for mobility. If you're on an airplane, on a train or something, the mobility on this thing is fantastic, and it looks very professional actually. What I'm doing now is just showing you the full keyboard. You guys can take a look if there's any symbols missing or anything you prefer there were. I see everything looking great for the most part. So you can just pause the video, see if there's anything missing that you prefer was there. One really cool thing about this case is that it also supports the Nexus 7 sleep function. So when you notice that I open the case, the tablet will wake up from its sleep mode. So there, as you can see, it actually wakes it up. And you have to get fairly close to make it go in sleep mode, but it works pretty good. Okay, so while navigating some parts of the Android OS, you can simply use the arrows to navigate. Say I want to open up my recipe app, just press enter on it, it'll open it up. There is a back button and home button. It's actually, the escape key also functions as a back button, and number 1 also functions as a home button. So let me demonstrate. I have to press function and then escape. That's the back button. Back button again. Let me demonstrate the home button. So I'm pressing function 1, it's the home button, press it again. And you see I can pick my screens because that's the way my launcher works on my Android system. So it's good in that regard. And there's of course the search button. which will open up whatever your default search will be. Okay, so one thing I want to mention is if an app supports the keyboard, like this game for example, you can actually use the keyboard to control an app. So right now, as you can see, I'm not touching the screen. I'm just using the keyboard, and I'm able to control my car. Because it's a Bluetooth keyboard, you can actually connect it with other Android devices. In fact, here's my Nexus 7. It's currently in standby mode. I connect it with my Nexus 10, so let me just type something. This is a Nexus... Ooh, I spelled Nexus wrong. Nexus 10 test. And as you can see, I'm able to make the keyboard communicate with my Nexus 10 tablet. So yeah, because it's Bluetooth, it'll work with other Android devices. And the last thing I want to mention is that the wire that came out of the keyboard, this is all you get. You do not get the AC adapter for the power, in which you plug in your USB cord to connect to an outlet and charge the keyboard. The keyboard itself, let me just say very quickly on a side note, I've been using it for 6 hours on and off, but if I had to add up all my usage time, let's say 6 hours of typing, it works great. So in terms of mobility, if you go on an airplane or something, you're going to have it last that much more, plus longer according to the manufacturer, but 6 hours easy so far for me. But anyway, going back to the charging, I just use the one for my Nexus 7. I think that's what the manufacturer expects you to use. I mean, let's face it, it's carrying less cords. It's very practical in that sense. It just makes more sense. Okay, so it's time to break this review down to its final score. I will give this keyboard case 2-in-1 combination a 4 out of a 5, and here's why. The pros of it is that it's very sleek. As mentioned, it's a little bit thick, but that's because of the keyboard. It's expected. It's common sense, right? You have an additional keyboard, so it's gonna be a little bit thick. But because the keyboard is so, like, it feels weightless, the combination of the tablet, keyboard, and the case is pretty light. Very, very light, actually. And the look of it is extremely professional. Then you have this thick coating. It doesn't mean that if you drop the case, it's prevent your tablet from breaking, but it gives a higher chance of it not breaking, just because the leather is quite thick. And then, as a bonus, it makes it a lot more comfortable to hold. Of course, there is a stand included at the back. Very generic, but it's very, very stable also. All important functions and buttons of the Nexus 7 tablet are not blocked at all. Obviously, the speakers are facing the back of the casing, but I gotta say that the speakers on this tablet are so loud that I'm actually finding that the backing of the case is not disturbing the speaker volume at all. It's fantastic. Keyboard itself is detachable. That's a bonus. Let's not forget the power saving mode of having the tablet go to sleep and waking up when the tablet case opens and closes. The keyboard design itself is fantastic. It feels like paper in your hand, just a few pieces of paper in terms of weight. Yeah, it's still pretty solid. But what's more important though here is that the fact that it complements the Nexus 7 very nicely. As you can see, it fits nicely in its terms of size. But as mentioned, you have the other buttons like back, home. In fact, there are additional buttons like email. It'll pop up your email apps. As you can see, it's asking me, do I want to use the email app? Do I want to use the Gmail app? There's a whole bunch of other functions. There's volume increase, volume decrease. So the keyboard design itself has been really well done considering its small size. But here's my con, and it's actually the only problem I could find with this case, but it made it reduce my score by an entire point. This is why I didn't get a perfect score. The tablet cannot be rotated. As you can see, it's in landscape mode. I can't rotate it to portrait mode. For some people, you might not care, but for others like myself, it might be a problem. And let me explain. Basically, I use my Nexus 7 tablet and the recipe app built inside quite often. I need to see the recipe in portrait mode. It's a lot easier to read the list. So that's the only fault I could find with this case. Otherwise, it's a great deal considering that you get a keyboard included in the case. Definitely worth checking out. Again, the link to this product will be listed in the video description. Simply expand in there, you can find it. So if you found this video useful, be sure to check out my Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and website links. Also found in the video description. Hit the like button, it does help. Subscribe, and thanks for watching.